welcome back to another video. I hope you are all doing well. I'm still a bit bunged up at the moment, so if I sound a bit different, that's because I'm still a little bit unwell. I must admit I do feel much better than what I did, and I did rest quite a lot yesterday, which was Sunday. Today is currently Monday, and I am stressing slightly that a week today everything needs to be ready for the carpets to go down, and there is quite a lot that needs to get done over this next week, so I do think it's going to be late nights trying to get everything all prepared, ready for that. Sam has got the cabinet doors on the media wall unit in front of me, so I'll show you that in a second. And this evening he is going to trim it up and hopefully add on the handles as well. But that's all going to need painting and sorting out in here. I'm still yet to fit the curtain rail above the window, and then I need to also decide if I want to put any pictures on the walls, which I'm not 100% sure if I do yet. Obviously with the media wall unit being the main feature of the lounge, I don't want it to take it away from the room. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I do need to make my mind up soon because Sam will need to drill holes and do all of that before the carpets get fitted. Another thing that he hasn't done, which he reminded himself about the other day, was also the flooring where the radiator is as well. He needs to get that covered over, and also he's got to lay the flooring in the hallway as well. So there is a lot to do this week. To show you where we're at the moment in the lounge. Now I couldn't film Sam fitting the cabinet doors on the media wall unit because he did it on Saturday when I was in the office. This evening I've got a few clients in, so I'm also not going to be able to film him trimming up the doors unless I can set the tripod up somewhere. So I might do that and persuade him to just literally press play on the camera. So yeah, we will see. But this is what it's currently looking like at the moment. It does look so much better now that we've got the doors on. Obviously they've not been trimmed up yet, and luckily I managed to find quite a few bits in the dining room because I had a panic moment thinking that I didn't have enough trim. But yeah, we've decided to go for just the same trim that we've got on the panelling in the hallway, just plain and simple really. And I think I'm going to inset it into the door, and then obviously the handles will go there. I have already got the handles. You can't fully see what it looks like, but they're just black, quite nice heavy doorknobs. And then Sam has got all of his bits in here with regards to getting the cabinet doors to fit on quite nicely. Now I'm not going to open the cabinet doors to show you. I probably will do that later because he's got packers here, there and everywhere, but he opted for just like a standard hinge, which he routed out with this bit of kit. Oh, there they are. So he basically used these hinges, and then he bought this bit of kit on Amazon just to basically router in the holes. But yeah, I'll show you that in a bit more detail later on once it's got to a better stage. But yeah, this is what it's currently looking like, and I'm super happy with how it's looking at the moment. And then yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I want to put photos up on the wall. I was thinking I potentially might put like 6 pictures on this wall here because it's quite a large wall on the left side as you walk into the lounge. There is a bit of a wall here between the radiator and obviously the light switch and the door, but I think this is going to be a bit too much if I was to try and put anything here. I might change my mind, I don't know, but I think we might just leave that blank and then add a bit of wall art on this side. I might change my mind, but I have got these which I bought from the range. There's 6 of them in total, 10 by 8, so I might get Sam to hold these up a little bit later on just to sort of see if I want to put anything on this wall. And then yeah, another thing I have also got to do is try and get these sofas sorted out and given to a charity shop or somewhere like that. I mean, they are ruined, as you can see. The cushions are not as full as they used to be. It's all just absolutely filthy. Obviously Oscar loves it, and they do like to sit here, which is why you can see that it's slightly de-poofed or whatever you want to say. But yeah, I don't know, I think I need to sort it out and try and get somebody to come and collect them, but whether I can do that in a week's time I'm not 100% sure. So these are going to get gone, and fingers crossed we'll be able to get these sofas delivered next week. Today is Wednesday and progress in the house has been quite slow, I must admit. Some days I have got so much energy and motivation to get stuff done, and other days it just takes me forever to do such a small task. But on Monday evening when I was working in the gym, Sam managed to trim up the cabinet doors and I'm really happy with how they're looking at the moment. And yesterday, Sam in fact did get his tooth pulled out, which was totally unexpected. He was originally booked in for Thursday, which is tomorrow, to get his tooth out. But he had to go yesterday because he still had really bad infection and they just took it out there and then. So he was feeling a bit sorry for himself last night, and they did advise he didn't do anything. But whilst he'd still got the anaesthetic in his mouth, he wanted to get the doors primed, which you will have just seen. I did go round and sand the media wall unit prior to him doing that, just to help him out a little bit. But yeah, I managed to set the tripod up whilst he was doing that. Which you will have obviously just seen. And today's plan of action, I have got to go around the landing, which I'm currently on at the moment, down the stairs and down into the hallway, which the hallway is the worst bit because there's just so much stuff down there that needs sorting out and putting somewhere. But obviously there's nowhere to put it because everywhere else is done upstairs and a lot of it is filthy, so I do need to go through it and sort it out. But I think I might have to just move some stuff into the dining room for now, which is currently our storage space. So I do need to get myself organised and get cracked on with that. I've got to basically go around and de-dust all of the dado rails and all of the trim, and also the white on the walls has been scuffed from putting radiators up and just bringing stuff up and downstairs. So I need to see if I can get it off with warm soapy water, which hopefully, fingers crossed, because it is washable paint, I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. By giving it a go will give me an indication as to whether things need touching up with the paint or not. There are certain areas that do, but I'm hoping that I can just literally touch it up and get away with it, because I know what paint's like. As soon as you touch up a small area, it looks totally different from the rest. So I'm hoping that by giving it a bit of a scrub, it will get the marks off, but I'll keep you updated with how I get on with that. I'm not sure if Sam is going to get anything done this evening. I think he does want to take some time out just to go and practice some golf before the weekend, so I think he may take himself off to do that. Although he has got a hole in his mouth, so I don't know how he's feeling at this moment in time. He's trying to stock up on painkillers and try and be a bit careful with it, but you know what he's like, he does get carried away with himself. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on over the next couple of days, because his plan of action for tomorrow was to start the flooring in the hallway. I don't know if he's actually picked up our floor order yet. He must have done, but yeah, he hasn't brought it in for me to see yet, so I'll look forward to sharing that with you. I'm not so sure exactly what's going to get done and when, but we have got a tight deadline now. We are midweek and so much needs to get done before the carpets get fitted. These are what the cabinet doors look like at the moment. They have been trimmed up and primed as well. We just need to get it fully painted up so it obviously matches the same colour as the media wall unit. And we also need to paint the insides of these, which I sanded and sun primed yesterday, so that obviously that blends in as well. But as I was saying the other day about the hinges, Sam had a device that was able to cut these holes out for the hinges to sit into. I think he got it from Amazon. If I can try and link it below, I will. But he said that they were brilliant and very easy to kind of do and cut out for the cabinet doors. But yeah, it's nice to get to this stage, and we have obviously got the handles still to put on yet, which I think I'm going to do halfway down the door. I've seen a lot of media wall units that have it more sort of closer to the top, but I think I prefer for it to be like in the middle of the cabinet doors, so he's got to get his laser level out once it's all been placed on, so he can basically get the perfect line, because I know what he's like with straight lines and everything being level. So I'm sure that will get done over the weekend.
the bottom half of the panelling has been de-dusted and cleaned, and I can't tell you how nice it feels to finally have it all cleaned up. There are a couple of things that I've still yet to do. I've got to do 2 coats of the trim on either side of this cabinet door. If you'd have watched my video quite a few months ago now, you'll know that I ran out of trim, and obviously we've put it on, but we've not fully finished that, so that's still yet to do. There are touching up bits to do, and also I have got to dust this shelf here. I've got to clean all round this window. The porch still needs to be done. That's an absolute state. And also I need to clean up this console table. The mirror needs cleaning, but at least I've got the bottom half of all of the walls done. I'm sure there's bits on the top half that I will need to look at. Apologies, I've just had to change angles because the camera did not like the light coming through this window here. It was obviously defocusing as always. But yeah, all the way up here is all nice and cleaned up. We have got to sort out the floor here, and I have got to dust on the top of the pictures. I need to fully clear out this window here and just make sure that the Roman blind is all cleaned up, and the staircase all needs a good clean as well. And also in my last video I cleaned up either side of here, which is where the stair runner is going to go, but I will at the end of the week, probably on Sunday, just give this a good deep clean before the carpets get fitted. But yeah, everywhere else is pretty much there. Have got to paint this bit of the dado rail, which got chipped away out for this door. So there are just small bits and bobs that still need to be completed, but for the most part of it, I'm so pleased with how the paint has come out. Apologies for the constant stop-start. This camera honestly does not like to focus on anything, especially as I'm showing around with the different lighting coming through. I mean, I've got the spotlights on down here, I've got the lights coming through the porch, and then at the top of the stairs, it did not like the natural light coming through the window there. So yeah, I do apologise. I'm gonna have to try and work out how to get my camera to be in focus a little bit more, because it really annoys me when it doesn't do exactly what I want it to do. Anyway, moving on from that, one thing that I do highly recommend is paying a little bit extra and getting a paint that is washable. All of the paint that we've got is the B&Q Tough and Durable paint. Now it does cost slightly more money, but it's definitely worth having. I mean, I've never washed walls before. Even in our first house, we never washed the walls, and they were all white, and we kept having to paint over it just to kind of freshen it up, especially because we've got dogs. The scuff marks and stuff was just unbelievable. And then moving here, we decided that we'd just pay that little bit more, get a washable paint, and from obviously what I've just been doing, it's been a godsend, because a lot of the scuff marks that have been on these walls throughout this renovation I've just managed to get off so easily. I literally just used a bucket full of washing up liquid. I went around obviously with the Hoover, used the Minky duster, which I swear by, and then I went around with a damp cloth just to give everything a good scrub. But yeah, I don't think I'll actually buy paint now that's not washable, because it's been a game changer. It's Thursday today, and Sam managed to actually get a little bit done last night. I thought he was going to shoot off to golf to do some practice, but he didn't. He ended up putting the curtain pole up in the lounge, and also the hooks for the tie backs to attach onto, and he's also corked up the cabinet doors, and then he actually did a coat of paint on the inside of the media wall unit where he's added some bits of wood. So he managed to get quite a bit done last night, which is great. This evening's plan of action is to start the flooring in the hallway, I believe, which I will save for my next video. I received an exciting text message today from our sofa company asking if they could deliver our sofas on Wednesday of next week. So we've got our carpets in on Monday, and then we do actually have Monday night and Tuesday night without any sofas at all, which is going to be interesting because we've already lost our dining room, so obviously we can't sit in there and eat. So we have been sat in the lounge eating our dinner off of trays. Obviously we've not got sofas to sit on Monday night and Tuesday night, so I'm going to have to pick my dinners wisely, I think, think, because we're just going to be sat on the floor. I do think I'm going to put some carpet protectors down though, ready for when the sofas get delivered, because I don't want anything getting ruined at all. So I'm sure that will protect the carpet for a couple of days before we get that installed. But there's a lot to show you, but I am going to take you downstairs now just to give you an update as to where we're at the moment, obviously with what Sam did last night. And I totally forgot that I haven't actually shown you the floor sample that we decided to go with. Now Sam is out at the moment, so I can't actually show you what the full pack looks like, but I do have a very small sample, which is this here, which we have decided to go for. It's not quite the exact same as the oak, which is a bit more on the orangey side. We went for something that was a bit more neutral, which actually does match up quite nicely with the console table. It's a very sort of similar kind of wood. I'm not very good at explaining the undertones of the colours, but yeah, I just thought it would go with everything. And for anybody that's interested, we've opted for Hampden, which is part of the Paleo Trade Cardine collection, and it is the LVT click flooring. I'm sure I'll show you how Sam installs that in the next video. And then coming into the lounge, it doesn't look like a lot has gone on in here, apart from Sam just painting the extra bits of wood, as I've explained. And then we have got the curtain rail up at the top, which I did opt for a different colour to black, more so of like a satin colour to match the switches and the sockets as well. And then we have also got the hooks all in position as well. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the sofas. I do need to get them cleaned up this weekend. I did try booking a collection with Rich Heart Foundation, but they can't actually collect on the day that I requested. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I think I'm going to spend the weekend just cleaning it up and making it look somewhat fresh and nice. And then on the cabinet doors, Sam just got it all corked up, which obviously takes a bit of time. It looks no different from what I showed you recently, but it's just have to be painted now, which I'm sure I will get done over the weekend. Still so much prep work and cleaning to be done over the weekend, so I am going to end this video here. And to top it all off, the Masters Golf is on this weekend, so I know full well that Sam will be glued to the television from today all the way through to Sunday, whilst trying to get the flooring done and various other bits and bobs. So he'll be multitasking, and not only that, he is also playing golf on both Saturday and then Sunday if he qualifies, which I'm sure he will. So yeah, he'll be in and out quite a lot, but for the majority of the weekend I will be at home. I've got to get so much cleaned up and dusted ready for next week. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video, and I look forward to sharing more progress with you next week.